Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be a star, make a sky so bright. Welcome to my dungeon, this is ecstasy. Let me play the fantasy.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ. And we back like we never left. Thank you guys for tuning in, pulling back up. Most importantly, we thank each and every last one of you guys for supporting our channel. And hey, you guys see that thumbnail? Y'all see that title? I'm real ecstatic to get into this one. I'm really excited more than anything because, again, just going back to like things that we've done here in Dallas, like we've gone to like the 6th floor museum and we've been to like the monument for JFK and all those great things. So to see this headline, this is one of the ones I definitely wanted to check out.
Yes. Okay. I'm so excited to get into this video, y'all. Like, I don't know why. Y'all know, like, I just like to read into some of the conspiracy theories out there. And JFK has been, like, one that I've always been very intrigued with. So when I saw this, like, the fact that they have documents that's being newly released, I guess I don't know if that's happened yet or is supposed to happen, but my timeline is going crazy with JFK stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'd be interested to know what they're going to find because that's a lot of documents to release.
Yeah, I read something somewhere that there were like another 2,000 page documents, like 2,000 documents. I don't know how many pages, but there's a lot that we haven't seen and that we perhaps don't know.
That nobody have seen.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I don't know. I just want to hear what they have to say about it.
Let's get into it. So the title is Two Shooters, Bombshell Insights into JFK Files Revealed.
Yeah. Oh, oops.
Oh, you got it.
For years, presidents have insisted that they've told us everything they could about JFK's assassination, the 9/11 terrorist attack, and COVID-19. Well, in news that should surprise absolutely no one, they were lying to us. Governments were keeping the truth hidden in the dark. Now, with President Trump in office, we are finally getting some transparency. Anna Paulina Luna will lead the task force on the declassification of federal secrets. And in her press conference today, she did not hold back declaring that we've been treated like children for too long.
This will be a relentless pursuit of truth and transparency, and we will not stop until the American people have the answers they deserve. We will cut through the bureaucracy, challenge the stonewalling, and ensure that the American people finally get the truth that they have been denied for too long. If we are to endure and thrive as a nation, we must restore trust through transparency. The American people must be trusted to think for themselves, to form their own judgments from the truth that they are entitled to know. We've been treated like children for too long and kept in the dark by those we elected to serve us.
People can think for themselves. What a concept. The truth has been covered up for far too long, and that is about to change. The investigations will look into the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and MLK. It'll also look at UAPs, the Epstein client list, the origins of COVID-19, and the 9/11 files. Now, the first investigation will be on JFK's assassination.
God, all of that stuff? Man.
I mean, think about it, though.
That's going to be crazy.
Think about, like, how, like...
That's going to be crazy.
Just her just saying those names and those
particular topics, yeah.
Okay, like, I just feel like your mind should just start racing. Because there are so many questions. Like, there's so many questions.
And that raises a red flag to me too. When she say that the U.S. people have been treated like kids for far too long, that lets you know that someone has been doing some things to keep certain things from the U.S. people supposedly to protect us. I guess you can say.
Well, we know that, but it's just like, okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Tell us the truth, because we grown now.
That's what I'm saying.
That part.
What are you withholding?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And the 9/11 files. Now, the first investigation will be on JFK's assassination, and the head of the task force has just revealed, from what she's seen so far, what she's discovered, she believes there were two shooters.
Our first investigation will be announced, but it's going to be covering on a thorough investigation into the John F. Kennedy assassination. And I can tell you, based on what I've been seeing so far, the initial hearing that was actually held here in Congress was actually faulty in the single bullet theory. I believe that there were two shooters, and we should be finding more information as we are able to gain access into the SCIF, hopefully before the files are actually released to the public.
John?
I've always thought there was more than one shooter.
That's insane.
I 1000% believe. I think that. In my head, I think that there was more than one shooter.
And we personally walked out there on the grassy knoll. We walked out there.
Yeah.
F. Kennedy was riding in a presidential motorcade in Dallas, Texas, when he was shot and killed on November 22, 1963. And after decades of government reluctance to release all of the documents related to his assassination, we are finally getting them. Now, the Warren Commission determined that JFK was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald, who acted alone, but the 1969 report by the US House Select Committee on Assassinations concluded that Kennedy was likely assassinated as a result of a conspiracy. Now, Anna Paulina Luna has said that for years, a certain narrative has been rinsed and repeated in the media without the full truth. And she hopes that all the theories that have been flying around out there will be put to bed.
There's been conflicting evidence, and I think that even the FBI at the time reported some anomalies in the initial autopsy at Bethesda, Maryland. All of those, though, seem to have been rinsed and repeated in the media to push a certain narrative that we don't agree with. And so I think that in order to put to bed some of the theories that have been out there on John F. Kennedy, we have to know the full truth, and the full truth starts with transparency, and that's why these files is so important for the American people to read for themselves.
Finally, it only took 61 years and a president as tough as Donald Trump for us to get here.
I'll just say, can you imagine what people are going to think if, everything, in these documents they find, I wouldn't say everything, but there's going to be some things that people didn't know that they didn't come forth with, and it's just why wouldn't y'all give us that information from the beginning?
Right. It's been over 60 years. It's been over 60 years, y'all. 60 years is long enough.
That's too long. Too long. That's a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Basically.
That's a lifetime for people to be under a certain thought process, to be under a certain understanding of what happened to JFK.
Yeah.
That's a long time to go thinking it was, it happened a certain way for it not to be that way, or for more things to come out,
right,
to debunk exactly what everybody had been saying for years ago.
Yep.
This is what will be included in the task force, with the hearings expected to start next month.
Based on what we're actually looking to do with the JFK investigation, I'm looking to actually bring in some of the attending physicians at the initial assassination, and then also people that had been on the various commissions looking into, like the Warren Commission looking into the initial assassinations.
Donald Trump followed through with his campaign promise and ordered the declassification and release of secret files on the assassinations of JFK, RFK and MLK in January. Now, since then, the FBI has discovered nearly 2,500 new records relating to JFK's assassination.
This is not a conspiracy theory investigating committee. We're actually looking to present truth to the American people. And it's in my opinion that no one person elected to office is more important or more qualified to look at the information that they've been hiding from us. And so we look to push for that transparency.
Here's Donald Trump speaking about the JFK files during the election campaign.
They call me, a lot of good people call me, people that that you would find reasonable people. And they asked me not to do it. So I said, well, we'll close it for another time. But if I win, I'm going to open them up. I'm just going to open enough time.
Why didn't you open it up the first time, though?
Because a lot of times,
what was the hesitation, though?
Addresses, people that are still living. There are people that are affected. And there could be some national security reason that that I don't have to necessarily know about. But some very good, talented people asked me not to do it. I opened it up, and then they said, would it be possible for us to do that a different day?
How much of it did you read into?
I think it's going to be just fine to open it. Let me put it that way. I think it's fine. It's going to be time.
Why he didn't say how much he read?
Right? Because
so I want to know what you read.
The way I am, I'm like, just give me the file. Just put it somewhere. Put it in the PDF file so I can just go through it and I can read it for myself.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's been 60 years. It's time for people to be able to put their eyes on it and read it and get their own perspective of it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he just don't want to be like, yeah, I read over more than half of it, and let me tell you,
Right.
Let me just say it's safe to put it out there.
Right.
Okay. Well, I guess we got that much.
Right.
I think it's going to be just fine to open it. Let me put it that way. I think it's fine. It's going to be time. It's a cleansing. It's really a cleansing. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it immediately, almost immediately upon entering office.
And it's interesting, Trump has doubled down on his promise to release records related to former President JFK and RFK, as well as Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassinations. Here is Trump speaking about this.
As a first step toward restoring transparency and accountability to government, we will also reverse the overclassification of government documents, and in the coming days, we are going to make public remaining records relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, his brother Robert Kennedy, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and other topics of great public interest. It's all going to be released, Uncle Sam.
It's just amazing to hear him speak about the transparency, and I think that's what really resonates with voters, with Americans. They want governments to be more transparent about what's going on, what's been done in the past. What can we expect from this?
Well, I completely agree. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and this should be a bipartisan issue. I think both sides of the aisle should be welcoming this. It seems quite fitting that he would announce something about MLK on MLK Day here in America. And one other figure who's bound to be intrigued by how things unfold is Robert F. Kennedy, his mooted health secretary. So I think we can expect a lot of interesting things here. But even if the government narrative about what happened with these assassinations turns out to be true, well, great, that reinforces their credibility, which they could really do with rebuilding at the moment. Otherwise, the public does have a right to know what's really gone on here. And I think that was the key part of that passage, is that Trump said this is a great topic of interest to the public. We deserve to know. The public has a right to know. And I think he's doing exactly the right thing. The final thing to note is that this really enforces this idea of Trump the outsider, who's really coming in to knock down the walls of the state and share with the public as much as they can and possibly know.
Wow. That's a big deal right there.
It's huge.
That's a big deal. Also, as far as Trump's cabinet, doesn't he have one of like the Kennedy's grandson like on his cabinet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just double checking on that, and that's a lot of K's. JFK, RFK, MLK.
They're brothers.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I mean,
man.
the K thing kind of throws me off.
Right.
I'm like, crazy that they're all like with the K's.
And then also, with us going to that sixth floor museum and everything that we read there, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of things that's just gonna completely like turn those facts around.
Yeah, it's
gonna
really
completely
surreal.
alter.
Because remember, when you go there, when you drive down that street, there's an X in the middle of the street. It's just really eerie to me that they put that there. That's
a fact.
I really wish they wouldn't have put that there. I don't know why. I feel like I wouldn't want to know
the spot.
X marks the spot. Not that in particular. Obviously, there's video of it. Everybody's seen it. You know where they were in particular, but I don't really care for that much of it.
Yeah. What was it? Dealey Plaza?
It's Dealey Plaza, but yeah. And even just going, you see that a lot of people are there. They want to see it. They want to take pictures there. And, I do think it's you should see it. There's a lot of information in that museum, but at the same time, it's so surreal. Even the area where supposedly Lee Harvey Oswald shot.
The window.
It's just really oh man.
Yeah, because supposedly they kept everything exactly the way that it was and everything like that. And then also, another thing that I'm thinking too as well, as far as them always bringing up the FBI and the CIA having something to do with it. That's why I want to see these files. That's why I want to be able to get the full truth, because I feel like us as the American people, just like the lady was saying, with us being treated like children, give me the truth. Give me the full undisclosed truth, because I can handle the truth.
Yeah, you can't handle the truth. That's probably what they really thinking. You can't handle the truth.
Or they don't want you to know the truth, and we know how that goes.
Yeah,
they don't want you to know the truth.
Right. I ultimately I don't know. I still feel like what we're gonna get, even though they're gonna release files, I honestly think there's some stuff that's gonna be missing out that file.
Absolutely.
I guarantee it.
It's gonna be
it's
gonna be a lot of things that we haven't known, obviously, but I feel like it's gonna be like a bombshell. Something's gonna drop where it's just like, okay, that was the missing link.
Yeah, that was the part of the puzzle
This
that
is the
everybody wanted to know.
We've been waiting 60 years to actually know the truth, and it's just like that's too damn long.
Yeah.
To be withholding the truth.
Yeah.
Let us know.
It's interesting.
If we are a democracy, please let us know.
Yeah. And if you start like digging into it, like really listening to some of the stuff, it's just like, I don't know how one comes from the back. And then when you look at the video, it looks like it straight up came from the front side. Yeah. Like, there couldn't have been one person. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm
saying. And then with them saying that it's pretty conclusive that there's two shooters, hey, I just want to see the documents. I just want to be able to see it and read it for myself. I don't want anybody else to tell me anything else about it. Yeah. Just let me read it for myself and I can decipher the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
I cannot wait for them to drop that.
Absolutely.
I'm be on it on day one. I'm just saying. So y'all chime in. Let us know what y'all think about this in the comment section, how y'all feel about it. And if y'all enjoyed it, give us a big thumbs up. Also, give us some recommendations on other things that we need to check out as well. Okay? Yeah. And shoot, if ain't nobody else told you today, I love you. And we're going to see y'all in the next video. Y'all.